Scorpio.
Scorpio, this is your April forecast for your astrology, and this month we have a whole crowd of planets going through your 6th house, which has to do with your day-to-day routine, how you want to get things just organized, reorganized, so that you can really work more efficiently in the weeks and months to come. It's like every once a year we really get busy on rearranging things, and this is where I see that you're going to be putting your focus here in April. We have the Sun, we got Mercury, we got Uranus, and also that of the new moon. Now, last month in March, you had the solar eclipse in your 5th house for children and love relationships and your self-expression and those things that are personally important to you to be able to come out with your energy. So I feel that kind of brought things to your attention, so that this month now you're feeling a little bit more potent in your drive, in your energy to really fix these things, get your ducks in a row, so to speak. Now, the Sun going through Aries, it's Aries being a fire sign, giving you more energy here and more drive on your communication as well. Will be very much so enthusiastic as it's cruising through here, this area. We have Mars now being in the sign of Sagittarius, and Sag is a very optimistic, enthusiastic energy, and Mars expressing itself here, and you're putting that towards your money and your income. Mars is crunching numbers now, getting your ducks in a row in this area, looking at the money, the income that you have been making, but it's also trying to explore what other directions can you go to make more of a solid income for the next 2 years. Mars always thinks in 2-year cycle, because it takes 2 years for it to travel around your chart once. And so right now it's like, yeah, what more can I do? See, Saturn is there. Saturn's been there for a while now, here in 2015 and into 2016. So it is really trying to lock something down for you in a new way. And Saturn will be retrograde until that of late summer, but it is slowing things down so that you can have an extended period here to really work on looking at your life in the years to come. So it's not just here and now in April. Mars is direct as we start off the month. It will retrograde on the 18th until June 29th. So you could see straight through that of spring and early summer, you're going to have an extended period of working through exactly how you want your financial outlook to look. And when it goes direct on the 29th, it will be then in your 1st house, coming back through the 2nd house for a second time. So you could see here that, probably till July, August if I had my calendars here. But this is for you now, Scorpio, very important, because Saturn has a 29-year cycle. It's working on a very long cycle. It's as if you feel that you've achieved something of importance, and so now you can lay some of it to rest. But what do you want to do now? What do you want to do in these coming years? This is what you're going to be using the drive of Mars and that of Saturn to really not just calculate, but to visualize and see, to get in touch with your desires. And there's a desire for more freedom. Why? Well, it's in the sign of Sagittarius. Sag doesn't like to be boggled down with a lot of responsibilities. Sag wants to be free-spirited, which it is, right? So you're going to see how you're going to try to find new pathways now. Very, very interesting for you, Scorpio. Pluto's still in your 3rd house, so communication, the way you come across, you have seen now over these last few years how you've been gaining a whole lot more power as your ruler, Pluto, is in the area right here structuring this area for you. And good for you. People take you seriously, Scorpio, and especially because of the way you communicate now. Not just because you're Pluto ruled, but Pluto being the power of your language. Jupiter still in your 11th house for hopes and dreams. Jupiter loves to travel. Just like I was saying that both Mars and Saturn wants to be free too and travel. That's the nature of the Sagittarian and Jupiter energy. So when Jupiter is moving through this 11th house of hopes and dreams, well, your hopes and dreams is to be free-spirited, and lay down some of these obligations that you've been carrying. So think about maybe wanting to travel somewhat more. Jupiter has given you an extended time here now as it's been retrograding, which it will be until May 10th, and then it'll start picking up speed, be with you in this area here to sometime later this summer, and then it'll be 12 years until next time. So you can see this cycle here is working and operating on your higher levels of those things that you want to create in your long-term visions, okay? So keep your eye on that horizon. So, yes, let's start top of the month. The Sun and Saturn are going to be trying. The Sun is you. It's that 6th house, Saturn in that 2nd house. So you're kind of looking at how can I rebalance my checkbook, not just for the short term. When I say checkbook, it's you thinking, crunching numbers, how can I make more money by maybe working less? Because it's like you don't really want to give up on your luxury items, the things that you worked and struggled for so long. But how can I make the same money by working less, with less of the obligation and the weight that is on you? So this month is good for it. On the 5th, it looks like there might be some great new ideas that might be popping into your mind. On the 7th, we have the new moon also in this area of the 6th house. So there is that new spark coming in here, how you're relating with your day-to-day routine. Some of you might have been feeling a little wary of that routine, right? So the new moon is like, well, what can I do to change it differently? So that would be the day to put down your intentions, to also write that abundance check, of course, let's not forget that. And then on the 9th, the Sun, which is in this area, like I said, the whole focus here for the most part of April will be on 6th house issues. It will have a conjunction to Uranus. Uranus, as you know by now, always opens up things out of the blue, like a big surprise, or it could be an epiphany that you might get, because Uranus rules that higher mind, which really gives us information in zip files, like full downloads. So what you're trying to figure there up until the 9th might just give you the answer if you're listening or paying attention to your awareness. On the 12th, straight through to that of the 18th, we got a beautiful week where all the transits are trine, which is 120-degree aspects, which are harmonious. The first one starting off with Venus and Mars. Circle that on your chart. This could be a great time to have a good date night. It's love and harmony and passion and drive. And also we can say on a more practical level, while Venus also rules money and security, and Mars action and physical drive in that sense. So you might see how things come together for you on that note. Then we have on the 14th, Mercury first, delivering good news from Jupiter. Jupiter is up there in 11th house for hopes and dreams. Mercury, a conversation that's going to spark something for you where you're going to feel really super happy. There's either some support or there could be feedback, or there could be a tidbit of good news that might even come from afar. And Jupiter is always very generous. So something here is just going to unfold, and this is just going to put you straight at ease. On the 17th, more news coming in. Again, Mercury, which is the messenger, now coming from Pluto. Pluto, which is cruising through your 3rd house. So again, it could come from a distance, but Pluto is also transformation. Mercury now there in that 7th house will now be between you and your partner, having a conversation, seeing eye to eye, and feeling that whatever agreement that you're speaking about right now will actually sit with him or her as it does with you, and then that agreement is in place. On the 18th, we have Venus, which is love, romance, or money. It's harmony and design and all those things. And then Saturn, also with a trine. Saturn being in this second house for your income. Well, either there's an increase of income, like it could be a raise at work, or it could also be just some news where you can secure something financial. Venus here now in your sixth house. So yes, I'm feeling that would be something that you're going to appreciate big time. If you're having to sign a contract, for example, then this could be a good day to do so. On the 19th, however, just as good as the 18th was good news and security, Venus is not going to see eye to eye with a special situation coming from Pluto. So here you're optimistic, it's been a great week, and then boom, Murphy's Law knocks on the door. And so you're going to have to figure something in before you find the solution to it. It could take 2 to 3 days though, mind you, not just because the transit will linger that long, but Venus will, on the 22nd, bring some kind of solution, because it's working here trying to troubleshoot. Uranus is conjuncting Venus, and so you will have whatever it is that you're needing to balance out that situation. And not only that, on the 22nd, but we have the full moon too coming in, also being supportive. And the full moon this month here for you, Scorpio, will be in the first house of you, your personality and so forth. So you're like on the stage being fully illuminated here. Every month there's one of you star signs which will have that illumination. This month it's you, Scorpio. And so I'm feeling that we're ending the month on a good note. Things that you have now been working through from March straight through that of April right now. The conclusion of it is coming there on the 22nd. So we have a couple of retrogrades this month. We have Mercury will turn retrograde there on the 29th for a full 3 to 3.5 weeks. Mercury then in your 7th house, it will start out there and retrograde back into that 6th house, giving you an extended time to fix your daily routines and getting all your ducks in a row and so forth. And then we have Mars going retrograde on the 18th of April straight through June 29th. Jupiter is already retrograde, will be until that of May 10th. And then we have Pluto turning retrograde on April 19th straight to September 26th. Pluto having to do with transformation, the deeper insights of our psyche. And so it being in the 3rd house, you might just see how all the pressure that's on you for communication and interaction in that level will start slowing down, giving you a little bit more of a breather. So, Scorpio, this is what we have for you in April. And if you listened to your March forecast very, very early, like you're listening to this early here in March about April, you might have forgotten already now what March had. So I just suggest always, before you listen to the new month, listen to the old month, and then get a flow of what is taking place. It's always easier to recognize the aspects of the aftermath, because when you're listening to the future forecast, it hasn't taken place yet. So we only actually tune into what we recognize and resonate with, and everything else kind of slides off to the sideline. So yeah, listening to the end of the month before the new month, well, then it makes so much more sense. But listen, also, your moon and rising sign will give you more information on where this dynamic window, which for you is in the 6th house, will appear elsewhere in your chart when you listen to your moon and rising sign. So you might want to see how that's going to come in, color you, as along with the horoscopes for April. So listen, have a good one, Scorpio, and I will see you next month.